thumbnail. Hopefully I can. You guys, hello. Sorry. Let's fix this lighting here. Ew, no, none of these look good. All right, I guess I'm gonna stick with this. It still kind of looks weird, but anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about social media tips, what you can do. It's 2023, January 2023, and I want to reverse engineer some goals for you. It's a coffee stain. I want to reverse engineer 3 things you can do right now, this month, this moment, everything in a nutshell, so that even if you feel lost or confused, you can get it. So, number one thing, let's go ahead and reverse engineer, and it's December 2023. What have you created and what have you done? And by the way, when you're thinking about this, I'm not talking about generic. I'm talking about something specific. Maybe your goal is to add an extra $3,000 a month. Maybe it's to add an extra 5,000. Maybe it's just to buy a new car. Maybe it's to get married. I don't know what it is, right? Drop 10 pounds, whatever. Whatever your goal is, as you're creating it, as you're thinking about it, I want you to be thinking about writing it down because there is something about putting it on paper that just changes things. Like, guys, literally, I got this at my hotel. It's a coffee stain on it. Like, it's a notepad, and I don't know where my notebook is, so I'm just going to write on this. And I'm going to put everything in here about reverse engineering the process. And I already have. I literally wrote down my goals and what I want to create in the next just 3 months. I think you should have a 3 month goal, a 6 month goal, and a 1 year goal. And when you're creating that and you're thinking about your goals, what is stopping you from coming out? Only you know that. I don't know that. Only you do. Maybe it's the fear of your family seeing you on social media. Maybe you're afraid of looking dumb. Maybe you're just thinking, I'm not creative enough. Guys, you don't have to be creative enough. There's so many ways to do things on social media. And reels or short form videos, YouTube shorts on here, are literally like free ads. It just depends on how you use them. For a long time, I was doing it like everybody else, and I'm going to change my content now because my focus, hello, happy new year to you. My focus was really big on doing these funny, silly videos, and they're not really landing. So I'm like, going back to the drawing board. What am I good at? What should I create? And I want your feedback because you guys are my audience. What do you want to see more of? Do you want to see cooking stuff? Do you want to see social media hacks? I make a full time income on social media. Is that something that's interesting to you? Because, there's a lot of people doing that, but it doesn't mean that you or I can't do it because there's a lot of people doing it. There's been markets that have been oversaturated for years. You have to stand out, and I'm going to give you the 3 tips. Three. Number one is when you're creating content, you have to do something you love. You have to do something you're passionate about. If you're not passionate about it, people can sense that. They can sense a marketing ploy a mile away. And I know because I was doing that. I would get in the front of the camera and I would want to look a certain way and I'd be like, hey guys. And it didn't land. People didn't feel connected. People didn't feel like it was genuine and it was real, and I wasn't converting. When I started to be a little bit more goofy and quirky in myself, I started to get different results. So, number one, be yourself. And that is sometimes the biggest thing that people get scared of. They get tripped up because they're like, I don't want to be myself. I don't know how to be myself. What does that mean? Like, how do I show up in social media and share something about my life, but not share too much? The thing is, people have been talking about this for a long time, like, oh, be vulnerable, be vulnerable. You don't have to be vulnerable. What does vulnerable mean? You don't have to share your whole life on social media. Some people do. And sometimes it's very fake. The thing is, are people fact checking this? No, you don't even know if it's real or not. Focus on telling your story the way you want to tell your story on social media. I make my videos, 99.9% of them are made up, are skits. They're funny, they're comedic, they're not real. And if people think they're real, that, everybody's on social media creating content, and most of it's not real. So it just depends on how you want to look at it. It's like a movie. A lot of movies aren't real, but they're creating movies because it's entertaining. People watch it. So it's the same as this. There's 3 E's: education, emotion, entertain. What do you like to do? Are you somebody that's really good with like DIY stuff? Maybe you're like facts. Maybe you tell stories. Maybe you're really funny on camera. Maybe you're like stand-up comedy. Oh, Chris says my favorite YouTuber. You make my day. Thank you. I love that. I want to do better for you guys. I want to come up with better content, and I want to know what you're looking for. But I want to give my 3 points. I don't want to keep this too long because I really don't like to watch long videos, and I don't think anyone does. So we're gonna go number one. Like I said, you have to be passionate. You have to love what you do. And then the second thing is be consistent. Consistency. Think about it like a TV show. I like to bring that example because I feel like it's very relatable. So if you have a TV show, there's a reason why the show is on once a week or twice a week or whatever it is, right? Because you have to keep people's interest. And usually on the episode, especially like a season finale or like a mid-season finale. There's always like some very anticlimactic or like cliffhanger situation because they know that you're going to come back for it. It's the same with social media. You've got to put yourself out there so people are like, what am I coming back for? It's just how you want to portray it. And then the third, next to consistency, is when you're creating content. I'm probably not the best today because I'm getting a new phone and my ring light is also kind of broken, but like lighting is really important. Lighting is really important. Lighting, making sure people can hear you, making sure the audio works. I've had clients who will do these videos and they're really grainy or they're down like this and they're like, hi. And like, no one can connect with that. You have to feel like somebody on the other side is connecting with you. And that's really the science behind it. If you understand a little bit about the science behind being on camera, you will understand how to speak to the people you want to speak to. So hopefully that helps. Those are just some quick tips. Remember, reverse engineer. Maybe it's, to get, I don't know why I talked about all this stuff at the beginning because I'm really focusing on social media. But like, maybe it's 3 things you want to create in the next month with social media. And maybe you just have to let go of those fears. Anyway, cheers. Happy Wednesday. I don't know how to turn this off. Oh, it's a beer.